Like, man, it was the most scary, painful place, man. Just sitting in that off-campus apartment, bro, depressed, even contemplating suicide. Like, I know they say don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Better late than never, better late than never, forever hard to measure. I might see my future fall away, but you control time, so my future do what you say.
I was kicked off the football team, and it was very embarrassing for me because, like, I just had so much expectations for myself, but also I felt the expectations from my coaches. So I was struggling with that at the time. Kicked off my redshirt sophomore year, and then also behind the scenes, my parents were going through a divorce, so I kind of felt this pressure, like, dang, where's home at? Like, what I know is like my safety net is kind of like being torn apart from me. A lot of people didn't know that. And then academically, I was very mediocre, and because of I took all of my gen eds, I actually had to make progress in my degree, and I've took macroeconomics. I bombed that, and so I was at a point where I was almost ineligible academically. And then at the time, my girlfriend, who is my wife now, we were kind of off and on. So it was a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
Wow.
And ultimately, my emotional regulation, emotional intelligence, just compromised me making some poor decisions at practice, kept getting in fights, and that's what led me to get kicked off the team, is just being disruptive in terms of team culture, right? So that was a huge failure moment, and I want to like talk about that, bro. For you, it's like, looking back at your experience at JMU, what was that experience like? What kind of was the highs and lows of it? But from your own growth and development, I would love to like sit there for us to talk about it, man. What was that experience like for you in terms of overcoming failure?
On average, it takes Americans 11 months to change careers. What we found at Lenore Coaching is it takes our clients about 6 months to change careers. Even more so, the first 60 days is where we've seen our clients land interviews and job offers. It's not because we have a magic wand, it's just because we have a comprehensive and concise career transition program. The three biggest reasons that we've seen folks struggle to change careers is because they don't actually know what they want, they don't know how to articulate their value to an organization, or they don't have an effective job search strategy. I suggest you try our 60-day career change course. I guarantee you that you will produce results in the job search process. Be blessed.
Oh, boy. Dude, that is such a... Man, you brought me back, man, and the word you used, bro, just that embarrassment. Man, I'll never forget that day, man. It was summer workouts, and Mickey Matthews came out there. Mickey wasn't out there, man. That was Coach Durn's turf during the summer, man, while we out there doing agility drills, sprint and running and conditioning and all that. And, man, in front of the whole team, man, like, I remember I guess that evening session, I can't remember what I was, the early morning or late session. He cussed me out in front of everybody, and he was like, come see me after the workout, right? And now, mind you, Q, I knew I wasn't the best student, but like in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to be eligible. And I walked in that office, man, he showed me my transcript. And man, I just remember like, bro, like, God, boy, it's just like my heart just sank into my chest, just knowing that it was over. Like, and it wasn't over. It wasn't over. He told me to go talk to some teachers. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, it ain't looking good. And he said, don't worry about coming no more workouts. You need to go get these grades. So now I remember hitting up some teachers, man, and I feel awkward because it's like most of them classes I was skipping. So it's like I ain't had no relationship with the teachers. I'm sending emails, man, nobody getting back to me, man. And I remember sitting out that year and with the hopes of coming back eventually. But bro, embarrassment, bro, like, and I was afraid too, because family and stuff like that. Oh man, we want to get some tickets to the game. You know what I mean? I'm like lying to them, like, man, I can't really get y'all tickets, stuff like that, man. And for a while, Q,
It was good, family. God has called me to help people to align and maximize their calling with their purpose. And one of the ways that I do that is through writing. My first book is called Purpose Driven Work, which focuses on helping people to get unstuck in their dreams, callings, and their careers. My second book is Purpose-Driven Coaching, which really focuses on helping educators, leaders, and workforce development professionals to use coaching to make an impact on individuals' lives. And then lastly, my most recent book is called On Purpose Leadership, which I wrote with my homeboy Vat Lee, which focuses on cultivating leadership for teams and organizations. You guys can purchase any one of my books on Amazon. Y'all be blessed out here, man.
It was difficult for me to overcome that. Because after a while, I just had to face it. Man, listen, guys, flunked out of school. I remember I told my brothers, I was just crying, man, crying like a little boy. And like you said, man, I had hopes. I had high hopes for myself. Yeah. Coaches had hopes for me. You know what I'm saying? I remember Coach Malone telling me, like, man, this was going to be your year. Man, you was going to have a breakout year. Talking to me like that. And I messed up, bro. And the hardest thing was just looking in the mirror. Because now blaming other stuff, blaming other people, teachers, man. Like, for a while, I used to be like, man, them teachers ain't helped me get a grade change. Like, it's like, Raph, if you would have took care of business, you would have never needed a grade change, But yeah, Q, as you bring up that part of the journey, man, it was the most scary, painful place, man. Just sitting in that off-campus apartment, bro, depressed, even contemplating suicide, because I ain't gonna fake, bro. I know they say don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. It was there. Yeah, it was there.
And I'm gonna word it like this, right? Let's say I could have been an accountant. Let's say I could have been a lawyer. Let's say I could have been an engineer. Let's say I could have been a business guy. And JMU, I think, had a very, very strong business program there. All them baskets was empty, bro. It was all football or nothing for me, dog. And I think about also how small-minded I was back then too. Just limiting myself, like you brought up. Just mentally, all I saw, the thing that we got praised for, Q, was being a football player, bro. Walking around school with the jersey on, walking around campus with the JMU football attire, bro. That made me feel like I was special, bro. Like, I ain't gonna fake. The game made us feel significant, bro.
Yeah.
That joint, the game did something for me, dog. And so when I lost that, brother, it was painful, bro. It was painful.
Better late than never. Forever hard to measure. I might see my future fall away, but you control time, so my future do what you say.